Hey everyone, welcome back to Myriad Things. My name is Gabby, and today I'm going to be playing a new game. I found it on Steam, and it's called The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. It looks so spooky. He's holding a gun. I don't know how to feel about all of this, but never played it before, so we're going to try it out today. New game. What'd the kid just say?
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw is not the first thing I would think when climbing up into a creepy attic, but okay. Neither is cackling like a witch. Creepy small child.
La la la. Ow! Ah! What's this? No. Ba ba boop boop. La la la.
One kid in the background just singing away. Don't touch the creepy puppet, small child. Yeah, yank on it. It's a good plan.
Ooh.
What's that in his back?
Oh, look! It's a book!
It's a book.
Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map.
Maybe it's a book about Pirates of the Treasure Map, really?
No, I don't think so. I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle.
Sounds like a great story time story for these small children.
And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898 when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Marquis. Ooh, Sherlock Holmes.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
Ah, you see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course? In the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running, but the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door using the sole key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
Oh no,
In order
disappeared!
to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Alright, here we go. Now we're gonna look round. I always felt bad for Watson. He always never figured it out, and Sherlock was always like, oh, I've already got it. I just walked in the room for 3 seconds, but I already figured out the mystery. Okay. Look at the broken showcase and click on it. What is the broken showcase? Oh.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
Okay. It's not one fingerprint upon the window. What does that mean?
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced. A mark, undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
Go to the chimney. You can open your inventory by clicking the right mouse button. Okay, what do we got? We got a magnifying glass, a pocket knife, and some matches. Okay. How do we go back? Let's go over to the piano, following all of the instructions.
I need something.
Okay, use the magnifying glass. How do I use it? Oh, right-click it. Okay.
Let us examine the crumpled scores that have fallen off the piano.
Let us examine it. All right. We're examining it. Looking at all of the notes. What am I
These
looking
sooty
for?
prints were left by a tiny hand.
I don't understand why these music scores are covered with soot.
Okay. Oh, so now I can walk around in first person mode. I think I might like this better. And that'll make me run. Okay. So just showing me different modes here. I don't know which one I like best. Oh, Sixth Sense.
Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to examine them.
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire.
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started. Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out, aren't we? So we're getting closer to solving the mystery. What's this on the floor? I want to look at this.
Candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier.
Huh. Maybe we should be checking out the chandelier? No? Is there not clues on there? Huh.
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Okay.
Strange. There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
So there's objects that have been knocked over. We got some footprints. We got a small hand. What are you trying to say? Was this a child? Did a child do this?
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft was committed at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room. Strange, there aren't any prints, yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, you're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Oh, Inspector.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
Of course he has. He's Sherlock Holmes.
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Secret passageway.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Ooh.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small and remarkably agile.
You're thinking of a monkey?
And a trained monkey at that, without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America.
It's a monkey.
The
The
animal
thief is a
had
monkey.
been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained. The monkey emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle.
Ah.
Finally, the servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson, a poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now.
Just gonna reach right in there. Oh, look, it appeared out of nowhere. Would you look at that? Sherlock Holmes solves the mystery.
Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration does credit to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box and...
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once.
Oh,
On to
no.
Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
Of course, yes.
There, the necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Ah, very well, as you wish. A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
Well, goodness gracious. He solved the mystery. It was a monkey, a boo. A boo came and stole the necklace. I can't believe it. That monkey. Well, we all know how he was in the Cave of Wonders, stealing all the jewels and stuff. What's going on here?
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
That
No,
doesn't
Watson,
sound
not yet,
good.
and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
If you insist.
Oh my goodness. Let's find... Oh, there we go. The article. September 1998 Globe Explorer newspaper. Sherlock Holmes at the home of the Marquis of Conyngham. The investigation is a fiasco. Following the departure of Sherlock Holmes, who placed the necklace in the safe himself, the Marquis noticed that the jewel was nothing but a poor copy of the original. Oh no! The original was stolen! So, I am going to place a simple question. Should we not, in all open-mindedness, ask ourselves if the necklace was not simply and deliberately exchanged for fake by Mr. Holmes himself? I am aware, dear readers, that the brutality of this question without any preconceptions may certainly shock some of you. But the facts are there, and our thoughts and judgments should not be confused with the regard which we all share for the famous detective. It is quite apparent that his character traits show more of the opportunist and brilliant usurper than that of an altruistic defender of the law. I would draw the attention of our readers to the suggestion that the description of this gentleman provided by his friend Dr. John Watson through his stories is a long way from the truth. Oh my goodness, they are just dragging Watson and I through the mud here. Indeed, his behavior is derisive, contemptuous, haughty, and offensive towards the police. I think he's just using big words because he feels like not a very big person. And in particular towards Inspector Baines, replacing Inspector Lestrade, who is currently convalescent, and a habitual abuser of narcotics such as heroin and cocaine. Well, we all knew that. This is why, dear readers, it is important to disregard Sherlock Holmes' good reputation in order to form an objective opinion and to ask the pertinent question: was the necklace that Holmes already found a fake? And if that was the case, why did he not mention it, and why should he insist on placing it back within the safe himself? Has the detective some unsavory interest in this affair? Or is it simply a case of deceit in order to steal the extraordinary Samoa necklace? It is up to you, dear readers, to form your own opinion, but you can count upon your humble servant to continue revealing to the public the doubtful methods and motivations of one who in the future I shall not hesitate to call Sherlock Holmes the usurper. To be continued. Oh, Farley. Who is this Oh, Farley person? I don't know you. I don't know who you are. Who do you think you are? Oh my goodness. You've recovered the Samoan necklace. Well done. This menu's not available. I don't know what this is. Got the Globe Explorer. Baker Street. This necklace is a fake. Oh, this is the text from... Okay. And this is my bag.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
Dare he?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
How does he know these things? Oh my goodness.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Oh my
Have
goodness.
you read that, Rag?
What do I... Is this what I say? Do I say it's slander?
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
Has it?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
Of
The
course
necklace
you
is a
wouldn't.
forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles.
How dare he?
In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
Inspector,
ask
I
about
assume
the
that you have
necklace.
the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Okay, apparently we're going to, that person's place.
And the Marchioness?
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
Because the
What
necklace
a
is
lovely
gone.
marriage.
Exactly. Because the necklace is gone, her marriage is compromised. That makes no sense.
Holmes, forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewellery?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector?
Be my guest.
Very well.
Okay. Are we supposed to
What do you
talk?
think, Holmes?
Where are we supposed to go? Oh, there's the necklace. Let's...
What do you think, Holmes?
No, I'm trying to click on the necklace. Ugh. Thank you. Okay, let's click on the necklace. And just shake it around. It's part of his authentication process. Would you look at that?
This pearl is a different color.
It is a different color. What about these ones?
These 3 pearls are of poor quality.
Okay. What else? And this
This
one.
pearl is too small. It is not in its place here. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
You don't
Yes,
observe.
how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector. You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
You control Dr. Watson. Are those bullet holes? Are those bullet holes in the wall? Interesting. I want to walk around this room a little more. I like the wallpaper. Oh,
I
there
have
we go.
found your map.
Okay. Diocese of Knightsbridge. London. Excellent.
Find the address of the Bishop of Knightsbridge on the map, and let's go.
Oh, you want me to find the address. Okay. Well then. I found the address.
The police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
Oh my goodness, what's happening here?
What has happened, Reverend?
What?
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible.
Oh no!
I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Classic
Holmes,
Sherlock Holmes for you.
The bishop, appallingly mutilated.
Oh my
How
goodness!
dreadful.
What
Mutilated.
happened?
And killed! He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How
Oh
could
my-
any of God's children be responsible for that?
Oh my
They
goodness.
were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Goodness.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave. And not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help.
'Cause he's
If
Sherlock
you allow
Holmes.
us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One thing we can be sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed it would seem that the bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
All right. Make the right deductions based on the fact. Bishop didn't own anything of value, not even in his safe. Okay. Okay, I think we're going to end this episode here with the first chapter of the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to our channel. We have lots of different things coming in the future. We've got currently our Stuff and Things with Minecraft and our Sims that Z is doing, and we've got a lot of other cool things to come. So thanks again for watching, and see you with the next episode of the Testament of Sherlock Holmes.